Chapter 2, Trapping a Flyer, December 2001. Hunched low over the wheel, fog lamps piercing the miasma, Dave Rudman powered his cab through the chicane at the bottom of Park Lane. The cabbie's furious thoughts shot through the windscreen and ricocheted off the unfeeling world. Achilles was up on his plinth with his tiny bronze cock, his black shield fending off the hairstyling wand of the Hilton, where all my heartache began. Solid clouds hung overhead, lunging up fresh blood. The gates to Hyde Park, erected for the Queen Mother, looked like bent paper clips in the gloom. The lion and unicorn on their Warner Brothers escutcheon were prancing cartoon characters. "Evil be to him who thinks of it," said the unicorn, and the lion replied, "Hey, what's up, Doc?" Stuttering by them, Rudman's Fair picked up a Burberry bundle trapped on the heel of grass that was cut off from the central reservation by the taut tarmac tendon of Achilles' Way. Stupid plonker. The cab's wipers went eek, eek. The bundle was trying to roll over the Y-shaped crash barrier, all that prevented him from being mown down by 4 lanes of traffic. Traffic that came whipping past the War Memorial, where bronze corpses lay beneath concrete howitzers. Tatty coaches full of carrot crunchers up for the Xmas wallet fuck. Pale-skinned, rust-grazed transit vans with England flags taped across their back windows. Boogaloo brothers in 7 Series Beamers. Throw cushion specialists in skateboard-sized smart cars. Conan the fucking barbarian motorcycle couriers. Warped flatbed trucks piled high with scrap metal. One-eyed old Route Master buses. The whole stinky caravan of London wholesale to retail, 5 credit-worthy days before Christmas, was intent on crushing this bit of Yank wannabe roadkill. So Dave slewed the fairway over to the near side lane and waited to see whether he'd make it. He did. He came puffing up to the driver's side window. "Sir, sir, excuse me, sir." "Sir? Sir, is he fucking insane? Thank you for stopping. He's going to ask me if I know which theatre the King and I is playing at, stupid cunt. Could you take me to..." The Yank drew a piece of paper from his trench coat pocket and consulted it. "Mill Hill." He said the 2 words slowly and distinctly, as if they might be difficult for Dave to comprehend. "If that's not kind of beyond your range." "My range? What does he think I am, some fucking wild boar?" Dave pictured beastly London cabs rolling in the roadway, shaking their metal shoulders to rid themselves of railings hurled by hoorays starved of sport. "Get in, please." Dave bent his arm out of the window and opened the door. Then he shrugged back inside and hit the meter. The bundle bowled in, a grateful blob of wet gabardine that wafted a gentle stench of some male fragrance advertised by chest-waxing ponces in underpants. Dave Rudman shifted the cab into drive and shuddered off up the near side lane, expertly swerving to avoid a coach that lurched out of its bay. Then he rubbed his sore nostrils with a wad of tissue as shapeless as snot. Day and fucking night, nurse. That's what you need in this job. Open the hatch and through it comes another slant-eyed virus at 120 mile an hour. The fare sat in the middle of the back seat, knees akimbo, pot belly exposed by the open flaps of his trench coat, both hands on the safety handles set in the rear doors of the cab, as if he's in a rickshaw costing 25 fucking grand. "When I say range, cabby," said the fare, leaning forward to push his fat face through the open hatch, "I mean, I've heard of your famous knowledge, but I figure that maybe Mill Hill is a bit beyond it, beyond the area you have to cover." He's a talker, this one. He wants to talk. He goes to oars, and when they try to plate him, he says he'd rather talk, because the only thing he wants in their mouths is comforting words. He'll start on fucking Afghanistan in 2 minutes flat. He's gonna go all Tora Bora on me. That's right, it is a little beyond the 6-mile radius from Charing Cross, which is the theoretical limit of the London streets we have to learn. Theoretical? He doesn't expect to hear this word out of my lower class lips. Lips he sees flapping in the rear view. He's putting together a photo fit of me from lips, chin and the back of my head. He ain't fooled by the baseball cap, and he likes that I'm going bald. As a fatty, it gives him the drop. Yeah, put him still more at his ease. This cunt could be an earner. Theoretical, because in practice we all still have to know a fair bit of the suburbs, which would cover Mill Hill as well. The fare was satisfied. He'd marked his card. He'd shown Dave he wasn't just another dumb tourist who thinks London is a 900 square mile souvenir t-shirt decorated with tit-helmeted coppers, red phone boxes, Mohican sporters, tiara jockeys and black bloody cabs. The fare looked to the left at the avenue of plane trees running up to Speaker's Corner. He looked to the right at the tiny road cleaning machine bumping along the gutter, its circular electric brushes polishing the York stone molars. He was lost, momentarily, in a reverie provoked by a pair of backpacking lovers, wet weather freaks who were leaning up against the lip of a fountain, her thighs imprisoned in his. He was thinking about his family and Afghanistan. Kind of weird being here in Europe. I imagine you'd rather be at home, what with all this business. In Afghanistan? You bet I would. Sure, it's crazy to think you're any more at risk here, or your family's any more at risk if you're not there, but still, you'd rather be with them. And so would I. In a small, clean family hotel in Gloucester Place, 70 quid a night, walking tour of Bloomsbury inclusive, 2 big burger stuffed kids, plenty of metalwork in their mouths, mum in a beige trouser suit. I want his family so I can slot them into the gap left by my own. I'd booked the flight before 9/11. I figured it would be giving, like, succor to the enemy if I didn't come over. Gotcha. Eek, eek, the wipers went. The cab braked, then heeled over to join the other rusty hulks cruising around Marble Arch, a reef of Nash that loomed up out of the silty drizzle. I tell you something, cabby. Tell me everything, you dumb motherfucker. Pour it all out. I didn't vote for Bush, but I reckon he's handling this okay. And it wasn't the Twin Towers that set me against these Taliban fellows, though heavens to Betsy, it was a terrible thing. But I knew these were dreadful people when they blew up those 2 ancient statues of the Buddha. You know the ones? Yes. Fellows. Heavens to Betsy. Any folk who could destroy a thing of ancient beauty so brutally, well, nothing they could do would surprise me after that. And the way they treat their women, too. So far as I'm concerned, the way they treat their women is the best thing going for those fuckers. Keep those bints in line, I say. You take my ex. She's only gone and slapped a fucking restraining order on me. Now that'd never happen in Kabul. I'd have her trussed up in one of them black cloaky things before she could say CSA. I couldn't agree with you more. Very sad business. Because they should go a bit bloody further. Take the kids off of them. No kids, no bloody power over us. Past the Odeon, with its egg box roof, the cab squealed to a halt at some lights, and the meter, which had been ticking away with generous increments, slowed to a trickle of pence.